Hello everyone! I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 8, Week 8, Day 3. So today, of course, we still have the Pens of Vale pets. Nothing too out of the ordinary, just basically, you know, standard pets for some extra Pens Vale bonus. Aside from that, we'll be messing around with the World event a little bit, apparently gaining a level as well. And then token grinding in hopefully next Tuesday being the patch. At some point it has to come. Eventually, if I say every Tuesday the patch will happen, I will eventually not be wrong. But anyways, hello everyone, and happy birthday, Nightmare, by the way. If you want me to sing happy birthday later or now, do let me know. But anyways, hello Isabel, hello Tyrion, hello Mister, hello Peter, hello Ricardo, hello Erosian, hello Barbara, hello Nightmare and happy birthday. Hello, let's see, hello Janice, hello Defiant, hello Imperial, hello Gimli, hello, oh yeah, Imperial, you asked a question on the previous stream. I don't think I ever answered it. I can't remember what the question was, but if you still have it, do let me know. And hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And hello everyone who hasn't said hello. Anyways, I guess we'll start with the World event real quick, just to get the weird metallage out of the way, since we have to use this other weird one for it. So, as far as correct order, it is that one GOAT and the Ultra Rare as the highest priority. Then it is simply Rarity order. So we'll just take this one down and go from there. And we're currently using this team, which is basically just an all-in Blade Dancer with a little bit of AoE support, pretty much. And Beatrix is kind of there in case that isn't already enough to kill. But for the earlier battles, it seems to be getting the kill done without even needing it. But it's kind of there. If nothing else, has some cleanse for a little bit of extra support. But ideally, with this Blade Dancer, do it into pretty much any other damage source, and we're pretty much good to go. If you have enough metallage, you would actually just instantly kill with a Blade Dancer. However, I do have a slightly lower amount of tiers, so he does not kill. However, if you have at least 2 metals, especially if you have 3, that will definitely kill if you have 3. But even at 2, it should most likely kill. And now we're pretty much just clicking the same room over and over again. Let's see. You can do it now if you want. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Nightmare. Happy birthday to you. Also, I can't remember if you're on PC mobile, but let's go ahead and add an extra code for Nightmare today. Here you guys go. 1 second. Let me just go get it all ready and shiny. That'd be a bit of a fail if Nightmare actually isn't on PC or mobile. I'm pretty sure you are, though I cannot actually recall for certain off the top of my head, because a lot of people don't mention in chat what platform they are specifically on most of the time, so I do forget. But anyways, there you guys go. There's a code. We'll hand out 2 today for Nightmare's birthday. But there you go. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful day today. Hope you celebrated it well. And many more. Yeah, I never do like anything at the end there. When I sing the happy birthday thingy thing. Oh no, I haven't celebrated a proper birthday in like ages. Like I still do stuff for it occasionally, but like ever so occasionally. Oh yeah, what was your question? You just posted there. You need to always upgrade your gear in the beginning of Puzzle Quest 3. Oh yeah. So as far as upgrading gear in Puzzle Quest 3, I would only ever do it on anything rare or above. Doing it on anything else really is not that worth it, because it's going to get replaced so quickly. It might not seem that quick because you might have to be waiting days or even a week or so, but from a how far you are progressed in the game perspective, I would highly advise not really upgrading anything below a rare. Unless you know for sure that the effect on it is like really good. Like I think the guard's armor you get at the beginning of the game, like that's one of them you kind of could upgrade, even though it's uncommon when you get it. But unless you know the effect that's going to be getting is going to be really decent, I would mostly just stick with rare and above, though mostly rares, because you're not going to be getting too much further above unless you get really lucky in an early game. But yeah, I would be very hesitant with using most of the resources. You can get away with a lot of level 1 stuff. Like, even during the playthrough that you were watching, or, you know, when we were streaming it, while some of our equipment is higher rarity, a lot of it is level 1. Like, I don't actually level a good number of it. And while I have done some adjustments to make it more punishing to keep stuff at level 1, a lot of things still gain quite a bit of benefit at it. So you can get through a lot of the game without actually using your resources until you actually know for sure what equipment you want to commit to. You also have to be careful with things that are uncommon or below, because when they do get upgraded, it's random what color they get. You currently cannot choose. But yeah, there you guys go for the code. Definitely enjoy. And we'll have another one a little bit later to stream for the Gems of War redeem code. I was like, hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Kaki. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gosh, we got a Sky Goat again. Nice. Actually, I think this is our last battle too, unless we get a Valraven here. Hey, we did get a Valraven. Nice. Also, one thing that's going to feel weird, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but we do have a repeat faction event this weekend for Gems of War. This is the first time this has ever actually happened. It almost seemed like originally, which I mentioned in the Monday video, that we would possibly be getting a patch because of that, because there was originally nothing there. But we are instead just getting a faction, specifically Umbral Nexus, which, yeah, I'm not sure why they're doing it that way, but we're getting an Umbral Nexus faction. Again, of course, it's already happened this weekend. So if you haven't already gotten that place maxed, you have 3 days to do it if you want to go and go about it. This is a bit of a weird situation, because this will be the first time there's a weekend event, or a weekend faction, where I already have the pure faction done for it, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing with it. Because normally what we do with a faction weekend, of course, is, you know, we'd do it to 500 pure faction, but what happens when it's already a repeat faction that we already have at level 500 pure faction? That hasn't happened before. So I'm probably just going to do it for all rewards, but even then I might not, I'm not sure. I might just do the free battles on it, to be honest. Like, there isn't much of a need to go further than that, because the amount of gems you're going to have to pay out for, like, you already have all the main loot. So, I don't know, it's a weird conundrum that we haven't actually had to face yet, so, it's a bit weird. Let's see. Oh yeah, going a few levels on some stuff isn't too big a deal, Imperial. Like, that's perfectly fine. But you don't want to commit, like, a lot of resources to something that you might just be trashing. It's actually beneficial, technically, to give a little bit to some stuff, because when you eventually just scrap it, it gives, like, slightly more of the higher tier resource. What did you want me to pull? Let's see. I'm not sure what you wanted me to pull, Cookie. Let me know. Unless you were saying something about what I said. Oh, are you talking about, like, what we should do with the faction this weekend? We could try doing a poll for it. Oh, no. Yeah, well, let's go see. Let's see. Create a poll. What are your plans with the repeat Nexus? Technically, it's Umbral Nexus. I'm just going to call it Nexus. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what it means when I say Nexus. There's only one Nexus Kingdom and one Nexus faction. What are your plans with the repeat Nexus faction this weekend? Let's see. Just the free battles. Let's see. Just the free battles. What would even be the multiple options? Let's see. Just the free battles. There would be like 3 or 4 options. Let's see. Just the free. All the enough tiers for all rewards, which I believe is tier 4. Enough tiers for all rewards. Let's see. Level 500 / pure faction / leaderboard. Let's see. Leaderboard doesn't fit. I'm just gonna call it 500 pure faction, I guess. Let's see, can leaderboard fit if I don't put this thing there? No, it doesn't fit. No, it's literally one character too long. Level 5 pure faction. Oh, no, I'm just gonna put it that way. Like, only 100 people go for leaderboard anyway, so let's just make it that. Those are pretty much the 3 options. I could make a separate option for leaderboard, though I highly doubt that would get many people voting on it. But let's just do those 3. Anyone who's going for leaderboard could just go into the 500 section. Here's the redeem code we just handed out. We'll have another one a little bit later to stream. Same reward as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Anyways. Yeah, there's a little poll on the thing. But yeah, I am kind of curious. I'm personally just going for free battles, I am pretty sure. But it's also because I've already done the pure faction for it. Anyways, where were we? We're doing that. Let's go clear out the pet. So I already have this pet, but I might as well get some extra pet food from it. This is one that's been out for a while, so quite a few people probably have it maxed, but if you don't, definitely make sure to take the copies or simply claim it for additional pet food. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Let's see. Oh, you finally turned 21? Nice. Yeah, I didn't drink when I turned 21. I've still pretty much never drank anything ever. I think there was like one like weird wine thing that I had one time at some kind of meeting when I was in high school. It was a business meeting back when I was in working for a green energy company. And I just like I ended up trying a bit. Like I didn't really want to. It was just kind of like a social thing at the time. I like sipped in and was like, this is horrible. It was a Canadian company though, and I believe the age for drinking there is 18. So technically, didn't break any laws. Technically. Though of course the age for it in America is 21. Let's see if we throw that down. I actually do like root beer. Like, if I ever actually go to a restaurant, like, those bottled root beers that they have, because I don't actually drink, are so nice. Because I don't actually drink anything alcoholic or anything. But they taste so good. And I'm not sure what it is about those bottles when they're cooled like that and everything, but they taste so much better in the bottle. What do we need here? Get a Phoenicia going. 1 mana short. What is this? Puzzle Quest 3? We had a big issue with our manas constantly being like 1 mana short. Like to a degree that shouldn't happen because the mana pools in that game are like hundreds large. Like in Gems of War you kind of expect to be 1 mana short. And in Gems of War it's a lot more predictable what your exact mana is going to be, which is really nice. Like you don't have to guess what on earth your mana gain is going to be. Like you can easily tell, like, oh, we're going to take this and we can just calculate out for Surge plus whatever our bonus is. Like for example, if I take this 4 red right now, we know that we will gain exactly +1 for that and then 5 total. So we know for sure that we will have 17 mana right there. And as you can see, it's 17 mana. So it's not like you have to really guess. You kind of already know what it is. So if you're 1 short, it's normally more so your own fault. Well, once you kind of learn the game and everything. But yeah, in Gems of War, it's really easy to tell, like what on earth your exact amount of mana accumulation is going to be in at a given time. Which, for whatever reason, they didn't do with their other game, which makes things kind of confusing at times. What? Oh, root beer floats are amazing. I used to get them so often when I was a kid, because there's some place near me called Stewart's Root Beer, I believe it's called, and they had such a good cheese dog and root beer float. It was amazing. But yeah, a lot of good times there. Not as good as something like the Sawmill at the Jersey Shore, but definitely pretty solid. Eating at Stewart's Root Beer. It's kind of like a Sonic. Like imagine what a Sonic is. That one place where, or you guys probably know what a Sonic is. But you know when you like go up with your car and all that, and they have like a bunch of like kind of like weird stuff. I'm not sure how you would even describe it. Weird stuff, you know, like standard kind of like I don't know, comfort food, while also doing like floats and stuff. I'm not even sure what you would consider their menu type, but it's basically like a Sonic, but it's called Stewart's Root Beer, which is a smaller chain. Not exactly sure how big it is. I know there was a few near me where I used to live when I was younger. Most of them shut down, though I think there are some that are still there. However, when I went back to New Jersey, I didn't go to any of them. Though it was also colder, and generally those kind of places aren't really open during the winter times because, well, you know, most of what they do is like outside, even though they still serve to the cars and such. But it's you know, it doesn't really work as well in winter. Their whole kind of business model. But yeah, root beer floats are good. I'll throw that down. You have 150,000 plus shards on hand. Oh gosh, I'm not even sure how many shards I have currently. But yeah, that is one reason to kind of do the weekend event thingy. I believe I'm sitting on over 100,000 as well. I actually keep forgetting my number. Yeah, 131,000. And I don't even do the daily farming. This is how much we have. Yeah, I don't do the dailies for it ever. You need a poll option. Ignore not to do faction. Oh, yeah, you could technically completely skip it. I don't know. For the amount of time relative to reward claimed, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily skip it. Well, I guess if you're busy, obviously skip it. But, I don't know. If you're looking to time to resource conversion, it's not too bad for a little bit of time that you would put into it relative to the reward that you would get back. But yeah, I never did put an option there for just completely don't do it. That is technically a 4th option. You just don't even engage with the weekend faction event since you already have it done and you might not need the shards or any of the other loot. Though you do get some orbs of Alki and some other stuff pretty quickly from it that wouldn't take too long to end up getting. It's not too big a deal. It's definitely worth it for a little bit of time it would take to get those resources. Because if you did the free battles every single day, I think it would take a total of about an hour. And you would get, I believe, a couple orbs of Alki and a few other things for it. So, not too bad for how much loot it would give for a non-vault event time. But I could definitely actually see it being viable to also just completely skip it. That is true. I actually do forget what the... Actually, I never have done that before now that I think about it. How far can you even get with just the free battles for a weekend-long faction event? Like, I know you could complete the entire Tuesday event with the free battles. Sometimes, if you get lucky. Not always. Sometimes you need to throw down the 30 gems. However, we basically never had a situation like this where we get a weekend faction event. So I'm actually not the slightest clue how far you can get with the free battles now that I think about it. We'll find out this weekend, I guess. I'm not sure if it's going to be a reoccurring thing or is it just because they had to push the patch back because they were working on Puzzle Quest 3. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is more of a one-off thing. Because I'm pretty sure the Puzzle Quest 3 release pushed them back on having to release the patch. Which is the main reason why it hasn't happened earlier. Otherwise, it probably would have happened last week or this week. But the launch of their other game made it get in the way. Or at least that's what I assume. That'd be kind of weird if that isn't the case then. Because this is pretty late for us to be getting the patch. Normally it's, well, maybe not too late. Normally the patch around this time of year is either late February, or mid-February, late February, or early March. And we're past all those times except early March, which means, yeah, probably next Tuesday, which would fall in early March category. Would likely be when it occurs. It's also on a non-Guild War week, and if they did it the following week, it'd be during a Guild War week, and they generally try not to patch during Guild War weeks. Doesn't mean they never do, though they try not to, which would make even more sense for it to be next week, because if I'm not mistaken, not next week, but the following week is a Guild Wars. So they kind of have to need to do it next week, otherwise that Tuesday would fall on a Guild Wars week. So next Tuesday doesn't, so that's the most likely candidate at this point, and I'd be exceedingly ridiculously surprised if it actually does not occur at that point. Though if I keep saying every single Tuesday that it happens, it has to eventually happen. I can't be wrong forever. Well, that had Jetto doing a live dev stream on stream for 5+ hours. I noticed part of it last night. Oh, wait. For Puzzle Quest 3? Really? Interesting. On what? The Twitch or somewhere else? I assume on Twitch. But I don't notice. I haven't logged into Twitch for, like... When did Salty leave the company? That's like the last time I've been on Twitch. So what has it been? 4 months? 5 months? Longer? Like, that's how long it has been since I have ever went onto Twitch. And honestly, the only reason there was like 2 things I ever went on Twitch for. Actually 3. Back in the day, I used to watch some speedrunning there, as well as specifically the Awesome Games Done Quick kind of show that they have every so occasion, like a couple times a year. For that, I just catch the highlights on YouTube normally these days. So there was that, but I don't do any of that anymore for the most part. Well, as for the most part, I mean, I just watch the YouTube ones. Like, I still sometimes watch it, but I just watch the everything that's on YouTube for it. They were Salty, but, you know, she hasn't streamed in, or, you know, she's not even part of the company anymore, so I don't watch for that reason. And was there a third? I think that might have been it. I'm trying to think if there was a third reason why I would ever watch Twitch. But, like, every single reason why I would, like, I've completely stopped. So I, like, never use Twitch anymore. Ever. Okay, so we did that. And we're good to go. That is basically every daily then, which means we can now go grind. So I just still want a token grind. Still got a lot of token grinding to get in, of course, as far as how much we need to max everything. It will be easier to do next patch. However, I don't feel like it's a complete waste to do it now. Obviously, you're still getting quite a bit of loot, and we're also not sure of the exact scope to how much better it'll be. Like, will it be like 10% better next patch? Will it be like 50% better? We don't really know Oh, this is the wrong team, isn't it? We don't really know numerically how much better at the moment next patch will be compared to the current state of the game. However, I highly doubt it's more than like a 25% increase. Like some battles, like when you get a chest, it's like, oh, I just got a 5 times thing. Like you'll have that occasionally, and in those particular instances, obviously it's way more. But it's not like that's going to happen like every other time. There's going to be some interval of time, obviously, in between those. I highly doubt it's too high of a chance. What that exact chance is, I do not know. But it's not like every other time. But that'd be pretty insane if it was. Could you imagine like every other time getting either a 2 times multiplier or a 5 times multiplier for your total amount of medals that you get? Or sorry, your tokens every single time you do explore? I highly doubt it's going to be that broken. But who knows, maybe if they do a special weekend event for it, it could. Like imagine if they have a Vault event weekend for those mimics that are coming in next patch. And basically have like a mimic weekend. And that's going to be so much loot. Like if every few you just simply get a mimic. Even if it's only 2 times, it's still quite a substantial increase to your amount of tokens. Even if you're just getting the doubling. Oh, wait, do I have this goal here? Yes, I do. Plus 0.01%. Yes, it's going to be as rare as finding a double curse gnome. Which I've actually only found once. It can only happen during Noblepalooza, so you can't find it naturally double. Like you can't find one just out in the wild normally. Like a double, or even one to begin with. But yeah, I've only ever seen the double once, and I haven't seen one out in the wild outside of a Vault event weekend for since early January. Like it's been 2 months since I've seen a random cursed gnome in the wild, unless the game wants to immediately prove me wrong and show me one right here. That would be wonderful. I don't actually need them, but it'd still be really funny. Let's see. You have 90 power. How on earth do you have so many power orbs? Gosh, I grind like not at all compared to some of you then. 90 power orbs. If I go check mine right now, I think I'm sitting on like 15 if I can do all the math to convert them in. Maybe 20, maybe 30 absolute most. Gosh, 90 is a lot. There's someone out there who's probably almost near 1,000 though. I would not be surprised. So I have 0. However, that's not actually how many I have. Oh no, I guess we could do the math on it. What's 12 times 3 plus big number divided by... Well, first things first. How many blues is a power again? I believe it's 96. The amount of blues that is a power is 12 times 8. So 12 times 8 is... Why am I even doing the math? That's obviously 96. So that's 96. So what I have to do is take my total, which is 12 times 3 plus 146, and then divide that by... oh, wait, technically, I only need to do it per thing. So divide that by 12, and that's how many power orbs I have. Divide that by 12, I have 15.1 power orbs. So I was right. I have basically 15. Didn't I just say I have about 15 earlier? But yeah, I have pretty much exactly 15 power orbs. A little bit over 15, but it's basically 15. Interesting. It doesn't say 15 there, but, you know, if we convert everything over, it's 15 power orbs. They're just not physically power orbs yet. Which is enough basically for 2 boss troops if they cost the same standard 8. We can essentially get 2 boss troops. Well, technically we're slightly short, but you know, if we were in a pinch for them, we could easily just open some vault keys and close that gap, obviously. Because if we account for every vault key we have, we probably have closer to 30 power orbs. Maybe not 30, but definitely way almost double that what we have, which would technically be 30. Let's see. She's actually streaming it again right now. Interesting. Yeah, we already... How far is she in the game, by the way? We're almost done with the entire game. We're finishing the storyline tomorrow. Though we didn't do it on a brand new fresh account, though. Though the first time I did play it, we got it done in a week on a brand new fresh account. Which I think was slightly under a week. It was like 6 days. But we're going to get it done in 3 days with an already started account. Between yesterday, today, and we're finishing it tomorrow after I get back. Because I have a few errands I need to run, plus a doctor's visit. I do have partial insurance now. Though it doesn't cover everything. Like, it didn't cover the glasses. But I was able to go get a sale on them, so I was like, ah, nice. So I ended up working out. Because they had, like, I found a place near me, because I was already booking the other thing, that, they actually have, like, a sale for people who have, like, no insurance, or, you know, no insurance towards glasses, because most insurance doesn't cover in America. For any of you in other countries who have wonderful insurance, the way, or not even insurance, but an actual functioning healthcare system in your country, the way that most insurance works in America is it covers, you know, like health, but it doesn't necessarily cover things like your glasses or dental. So you, you know, have to get those separately. But there was actually a place by me that was doing like massive sales occasionally for people who have like no insurance towards vision. So I was able to get that and saved a lot of money that way. Like still had some money out of pocket obviously, but it was substantially cheaper than it would have been otherwise. Actually, I'll be picking up those glasses probably in a week, next several days. They said it takes like 1 to 2 weeks. It's been, I can't even remember when I went. Wasn't it Friday? I think it was Friday. It was either Friday or Saturday. I can't remember now. But it's been almost a week now. Let's see, we'll take that over. Go in the forge and see how many you can craft. That's not quite the same though, because some of the resources are in smaller blues and some of them are in bigger blues. So whatever number of power orbs it says I can craft is not the actual number of power orbs I can craft. Because it only, for when it tells you how many power orbs you can craft, it's looking at 3 resources. Primarily your major blue, your major orange, and your major green, with the main limiting factor being your major blue. However, that screen does not factor in all your minor blues. It only factors in how many major blues you currently have in the form of major blue. So it would not factor in all those smaller orbs that we have. So doing that would actually not give us an accurate number, because it would be substantially lower than however many power orbs we can craft. It would give us a number, though it would only account for major blues, not for minor blues. Whereas if you were to convert them all up, you would be doing both, of course, both minor blues and major blues. But yeah, what character is what's her name running? Gosh, I already forgot her name, even though you just said it. For the puzzle quest thing, because I know she was originally playing with the same class that we actually played it through, with the Necromancer. So I wonder if she picked something else or if she's doing Necromancer again. Because I'm not sure she's ever even played any of the other classes other than Necromancer. So I assume she is picking Necromancer for a playthrough. I am pretty certain. Either that or Paladin, because Paladin's still like the safest way to not lose. Even though they nerfed it into the ground for version 1.0. You just surpassed 31,000 gems? Nice. Yeah, I haven't been taking my tribute as much as I probably should be. I haven't been as paranoid about it these days. I think on average on a given day I take it like 3 or 4 times. Whereas like way back in the day, there's been days where I took it like upwards of 16 times. But I feel like I average like 3 or 4 tributes per day. Despite the fact that I get more gems than ever from taking tribute these days. Also, I wasn't able to screenshot it. I got a 32 tribute the other day. Which is, you know, 32 tribute as in 31 gems. Which is the highest tribute I've ever seen so far. I clicked it so quick I couldn't screenshot it though. That's the closest I've ever gotten to a 35 tribute. Which is the highest you could possibly get, at least in the current state of the game. Anything above 30 is insanely ultra high. On average, I think my tribute's like 22 or 23 per hour. And we have every kingdom as max as it could possibly be pretty much in the current state of the game. And by pretty much, I mean it's literally the highest it could be in the current state of the game. It's literally not possible to have it any higher. Because they're all limited. Any kingdom that can be upgraded, we have upgraded. The only limiting factor is, you know, things that are beyond anyone's control, like X amount of troops existing in the game and some other things that just don't exist until they do. Like for example, this Friday, we're getting an additional star on something. Actually, completely forget. Let me go double check. We're getting an additional star on, and like Zhejian is getting an additional star on Monday. It's not a Zhejian event week, but we're getting that one mythic troop. But this Friday, we're getting a star on Kazale, duh. And on Monday, we get this one if you got the bigger pass. Otherwise, we're getting another one for Glacial Peaks. So 3 stars within those time frame. And Kizel is actually getting pretty high up there as well. Isn't that 25 star now? Yeah, 25 star Zhejian, which is tied at the highest in the game. Once it ends up getting that star. Glacial Peaks will be moving to 21 star on Monday. And Kizel this Friday will be moving to 23 star. But of course, like, we have it as high as it can go for every kingdom, with the only thing being, you know, things that actually, content-wise, that need to be released. That slowly come into the game over time. Anyways, let's keep going. '30th is the highest you ever got, and only twice. Oh, that's interesting. I think I only broke 30 once. Maybe it was twice. I can't remember. Because I can't recall if prior to that 31 I ever got over 31. I know I hit 29 before. But I can't recall if I've ever hit over 30 other than that one time it happened earlier this week. Oh yeah, we can't really do the pets for KZL thing, can we? Though it's not needed for any upgrade, is it? I don't think it is. Like, I think you need it to have the thing not grayed out. But, you don't need it for a star. Because that's not quite the same thing. But yeah, I did notice that earlier. I almost mentioned in the Monday video, like, if you do upgrade it, do be aware of this thing. But I don't think it affects anything. Because if you don't have the pet upgrades for various kingdom, and those pets that you're missing are all cosmetic, it actually has no effect on your drops that you get. It only has an effect on your drops if they're non-cosmetic. So the only way that would ever affect you is if you didn't have the other pets already upgraded. But if you already have the other pets upgraded, it wouldn't actually affect you at all. But yeah, this is what you're referring to, where you need upgrade 3 Pansville pets to level 20. And there are 2 of them that are cosmetic. One is from Dog Day 2021, and the other one is from Easter. Actually, when is Easter this year, by the way? Does anyone know? Because that's pretty soon, isn't it? I always forget what day it is, because sometimes it's like in March, sometimes it's in April, and I still keep forgetting like how on earth it's determined. But yeah, the Easter pet from 2020 and the International Dog Day from 2021. So it's only possible to have 2 max ones. The one that we have literally today, oddly enough, and the other one being Hero Plane, which you get from the Warren's Pure Faction, which you could have done on Tuesday or at pretty much any point if you feel like trying to get through it without potions. But yeah, there's currently no 3rd one. However, this doesn't actually affect any of your drops, assuming you have Billy Kid, the Mythic. It does not actually affect your middle offer. Normally what would happen if this is like this is it would try to give you pets that you currently don't have that would fit the parameter so you can get it. Specifically, when I say it will give it to you, I mean on the offers, it can be on this middle offer right here, and it will block your offers from other offers that you might want. However, in this particular situation, this actually has no negative effect on anything whatsoever, as in you getting any offers that you might not want, because you're actually getting no offers at all. Billy Kid is actually the only valid thing that you could possibly give you, because all 3 of these other ones are a special condition that it never gives you copies of. This you can only ever get from the faction, so if you don't have this maxed yet, it will not give you copies of it. And cosmetic pets for various events, you will never get copies of through that system. So the only one it can actually give you is the Billy Kid, assuming you don't already have it maxed. So, which I think is literally impossible, because I believe you already had to have 1 max pet prior to this point. So, yeah, it doesn't actually have any effect. So this is one of those rare situations where one of these is not completed, but it has no effect on you getting additional weird offers on your off your offer board, because all the offers that it could try to give you are invalid, because they're either cosmetic pets, which never show up, and the faction pet, which never shows up. So unless you had like the faction pet max but didn't have Billy Kid max for your like first star where you need a level 20 pet, or not literally your first star, but you know, the one earlier where you need 1 level 20 pet prior to the 22 stars. Unless you did it that way, that's the only way it would ever possibly give you an offer. Though I'm pretty sure most people got it through the Billy Kid, though maybe not. Billy Kid's been out a while, but it is technically possible you could have had the faction level 20 first. Anyways. But, yeah, that's my tangent there. But long story short, if you upgraded Pansville as far as it can go and you don't have that cosmetic pet, don't worry, you're not getting any uninteresting drops. Like, it's not affecting your drops at all for your offers each day or anything like that. That's one of the few instances where having an incomplete objective on one of your kingdoms has no effect on anything, due to the reasons we just explained. I think I might have made it more confusing than it already was. But long story short, if you do not have that pet objective, don't worry. It's not affecting anything. It's one of the few rare instances where it doesn't. Lent started today, so add 40 days to Good Friday, then 2 to Easter. And what day is that? Google, Easter this year. Easter. Yeah, Easter. April 17th, there we go. Almighty Google. It has spoken. But yeah, sometimes it's in March and I always get confused by that. Like what causes that to happen. Yeah, I know, it's always on a Sunday, that I know. It's just the exact Sunday, like, seems to shift. Oh, it's also because of how many days are in a year. Or, you know, because every single year, a Sunday is on a different day of the week. Or not on a different day of the week, but, you know, a different number of the week. Oh, did I say, wait, what did I say 31 for? Oh, I think I said 31,000 because that's how many gems I have, and I might have been looking at it. If you're talking about gem amount. But yeah, I was looking at it too, or I was looking at it when you said 61,000. I thought I said 61,000, but I think I might have said 31,000 because that's basically how many I have. Well, kind of. Technically, I have a bit more than that. But it's basically 31,000. It's the last number I remembered the gem count being. So technically, it's 31,000. That or I did say, and you, I said that afterwards, and you might have confused it. I'm not sure. That or I said it incorrectly, which is the more likely thing. It's more likely I just misspoke again. It happens. I'll throw that down. Oh, so hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome. Yes, because 365 can't be divided by 7. True. Easter's exact date varies so much because it actually depends on the moon. Oh, okay, so it's based on the moon cycles. I almost forget that sometimes that even exists. Though I had a whole tangent on it on the previous stream we were doing about moon cycles. But generally speaking, aside from the tangent we just had on it earlier, I almost kind of forget that it has like that 14-day moon cycle sometimes. Like, you know it happens, but I always forget that some things are tied to it. Including how tides work. But yeah, I had a whole tangent on the previous stream. What do we even need here? Go throw that down. Hey, have any of you tried Puzzle Quest 3? What have you thought of it so far? Because general reception seems to be kind of how my reception normally was. Like it's definitely incomplete. Like, it definitely needs some work. But a lot of people saw that and it's like, oh, nope, I'm just not going to play it anymore. Definitely needs a bit of work, though. But we're finishing the storyline tomorrow. I have fun with it so far. It's just in such a weird state currently. What do we need here? I'll take that. Tide's tied to it. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of alliteration, isn't it? Alliteration is fun. It's like the easiest way to do like anything for like a title or something. Throw some alliteration in there. It's like the most simplest, straightforward one to do most of the time too. I feel like the I put in the description of every single weekly video when we do it, but I feel like a lot of the event weeks for Gems of War do it as well. Though this one doesn't specifically do it, so this is a bad example. So I thought it might this time around. But they use alliteration quite often there for the weekly title. But sometimes it tongue ties me though. Alliteration normally doesn't, but I don't know. It just seeing so many similar words starting the same way sometimes gets me that way. It depends how their first syllables are. You definitely need a how-to guide. I was planning on potentially covering some guides for the game. Right now, we're kind of just streaming through the entire storyline. What we do from there is within question. Oh. But I know there's multiple guides I can be covering. But yes, when you take skulls in that game, you do damage. You also take damage when you take colors, but it's based on what colors you're using. And how many times it hits is based on what colors you're using. So if you're not using red, but you take red, you do no damage. But if you're using like 2 reds, you'll hit twice with red. If you're using 4 reds, you'll hit 4 times with red. But skulls also do damage. But your color can also do damage if you are using the color. And it does more if you're using more of that color. You'll never play Puzzle Quest. Honestly, Puzzle Quest 1 was really good. Puzzle Quest 2, not the hugest fan. Puzzle Quest 3 is incomplete. That's the rundown on the Puzzle Quest series. Puzzle Quest 1 is like the good one. Puzzle Quest 2, it did some things right, but I don't know, it's kind of short. Had a few good moments. Overall, pretty forgettable, but an okay experience. And Puzzle Quest 3 is literally just an incomplete game that will hopefully be good one day. The story's all there, though, if nothing else. Hey, we got an Arania there. And it's still in early access after all. I said doo-doo. It does tend to happen with sequence of words sometimes. I always find it funny when I'm like saying a sentence or writing a sentence where the same word comes up twice. I think the can't it and is both be used twice depending on the context? Because whenever that happens, I'm like, wait, how on earth did that end up happening? Like where a sentence actually makes sense when you use like it or is twice in a row. Or maybe it's one or the other, I can't remember it. It's probably it. I'm trying to think of an instance where that would occur off the top of my head. Like when you're just writing randomly and it happens, it's like, wait, how's that possible? But you like read the sentence and it's like, yeah, that technically works. I'm pretty sure it's possible with it. I'm just trying to think of an example off the top of my head. I cannot think of a single example. I know it is possible though, where you can get a valid sentence with like double it or double is. I can't remember which. Maybe both. It's a lot less common than do being twice in a row though. Like do being twice in a row is probably the most common one, and also the funniest one. But there's a lot of transition words that can kind of end up doing it as well, because you use them for 2 different contexts. Like one is the transitioner or whatever it's called, and one more so as the object. Let's see, we'll take it over. Oh yeah, right there. Adronian just got double is. Pretty sure double is also possible. Let's see, we'll take that over. You know what it is that you just don't remember. That's a good one. Yeah, if I was to type it out, it'd be easier than trying to think of one by trying to say it. Because generally when you say it verbally, it just happens on accident, not because you're trying to do it. It's the easiest to get 2 do's in a row, though, compared to any of the other ones. Which is why it's the funniest one. Well, obviously the funniest one is because of what it sounds like. But it's also by far the most common one. Oh, I'll take the right over. How many words do you think you can type in a minute? Oh gosh, I would need to get. I still need to go get a better keyboard or a better keyboard setup. My problem is like using the amount of space I have. Like I do have a spare keyboard here, which I should probably go try setting up at some point. No, you already know that's setting up, but you know, you literally just plug it in and it's good to go. But I still need to figure out my keyboard situation because the way I currently have my keyboard set up for everything still is not ideal. And because of that, my type words per minute would definitely be way, way, way slower than what it could be. But I'm just trying to figure out how I would properly set it up. Because it's mostly a problem with the available space I have, more so than, like, you know, not having a keyboard. Because I have, like, a 2 spare? No, I definitely have 1 spare. I'm not sure if I have a second spare. I know I have 1 spare just laying over there. I can't remember if I have a second one. But it's more so a matter of space than anything. Because I don't really have room here to have 2 optimally placed keyboards. And currently my one that is optimally placed is for the side computer. Not the one I primarily use, oddly enough. And the main reason for that is because of mouse placement. Because where I have my mouse is closer to the other location. And where I'd have to put a keyboard to use that mouse would have to be in a slightly unoptimal location for the keyboard. But it would be an optimal location for the mouse. Whereas the other one is inverse. It's an optimal location for the keyboard, but not an optimal location for the mouse. It's a weird setup. A very weird setup. Of course, I could just have some kind of setup where I can switch between the 2. But then that also gets confusing as to, like, okay, which one is it currently active to? That one computer or the other computer? And that would just add a whole another layer of confusingness. Oh, what do we need here? Take the other thing over there. Good thing you're not going 10 computers at a time. Then with 1 set of keyboard and mouse. Oh gosh, that'd be a nightmare. That would be a nightmare. Because I basically have a 3-screen setup with how I currently have everything. A 3-screen setup ran off of 2 computers. No, I don't have win condition there. I never did hand out the second code for Nightmare, did I? Like, we handed out one for Nightmare, and then I never handed out a second one. I should probably go do that. Let me go do that right now. Also, good night, Ricardo. We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Wait, let me go get you guys another code. We gave out one for Nightmare, and then I forgot to hand out the other one. Though we didn't really have a goal. I should have just done it when we gained a level. Would have been a nice goal. We already hit that a while ago, though, at this point. But anyways, here you guys go. 1 second. Let me just go get the thing ready. Put that all the way over there. And then send it out to you guys. There you guys go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com for the game code. You guys know by now. I already explained the whole thing. There we go. Typing to writing. I've actually, one thing I find annoying is if I write something down, I hate translating it to typing. I'm not sure why that is. I think one of the reasons might be because I write in cursive. I actually only write in cursive. I do not ever write print. Like, unless a document literally says you have to print, like, you don't have any choice but to print, I will always write in cursive. If you're allowed to write in cursive, I will. It is like the only typeface I ever use when writing. I never write in any other way. Which is kind of weird because a lot of people don't even learn cursive these days anymore, do they? Yeah, that's the only way I actually write. Like, my print looks so absurdly bad. Because not only do you not have as much of a need to even, you know, write these days, actual things. However, when I do, I'm almost always writing in cursive. So I barely ever use print. Luckily, numbers still look the same because obviously they're both the same in cursive or print. But like actual letters, mine looks so much weirder than how probably the normal person writes in print. I should have taken that skull there first. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Did I say doo-doo damage? That one's kind of funny. You're answering for Tacit, but you're trying to be funny. You're sure he can type 40 to 60 words a minute? I could probably type quicker than that. Whenever you see me typing on stream, it's probably a bit slower because I have a weird setup currently. But if I'm actually like typing something, oh, it depends what kind of thing I'm typing. If I'm trying to type to actually write something, it's going to be way slower because obviously you have to like think of your thing and then type it. But if I'm looking at something that I'm just trying to like, you know, replicate with typing, well, for one, there's a copy paste function, but if you're actually looking at something to replicate it with typing, I can definitely get quicker than that. I'm not sure what my actual speed would be. But I know it's probably upwards of 100 words per minute. Which isn't like exceedingly quick, but it's not like super slow. But if I'm like trying to write something, but you're trying to figure out what every single word is, that is like really slow. Like that's way below average speed. But my actual typing speed I would say is probably slightly above average. Though when I say slightly, I mean slightly. Because I'm definitely not a quick typer. I'm not a slow typer. My biggest issue when I do try typing really quick is because normally the way I type normally doesn't need to be super quick. I tend to have a bit of a syntax issue sometimes with my fingers where I'll mistype because I slightly have dyslexia. So like I'll very commonly mix up 2 letters. Like, so often. Or possibly even rearrange, like, every single letter in between a word. Like, if it was snack, it might come out as, like, S-A-C-N-K or something. Or, like, every letter in between is completely swapped. Or in a misplaced location than where it should be. Because normally when I think of a word, I think of the start goal and end goal. And then the things in between sometimes get completely mashed. Is that Logic Slayer? Welcome, welcome. It's kind of funny because even when I was in school, I actually have like a little bit of number dyslexia too. I'm not sure if it's mostly because of my vision or something else, but like I can look at a number and I'll see it one way and then I'll look at the number again and it'll be look completely different. And I have to like always double check just to make sure that the number I'm looking at is actually the number that is written on the paper or, you know, on the thing. Just to make sure that it is indeed, you know, the way that it is. Like, it takes me a couple takes to look at numbers sometimes to be like, okay, is that guarantee exactly the correct way? Because when I'm just processing in my head, it's really easy because you don't have to worry about the visual of it. You're just thinking of it and it's just there. But when you're physically looking at it, I can sometimes mix up the sequence of it. But when you're just thinking of it to, like, quickly figure out some math, that I normally don't mess up on. But when you're physically looking at the actual sequence of symbols, that can end up messing up. What do I even have here? We'll take the purple over. I don't feel like I do that as often these days, though. So it might just be a vision thing. These glasses are pretty decent. The ones I'm going to be getting are pretty decent as well. Because when I was in high school, I didn't have like the best of glasses. Like they were decent, or you know, they were good enough, but they weren't like perfectly optimal. Especially in middle school and elementary school. Like the glasses I had, most of my elementary school I didn't even have glasses, which was a really big problem. But even in middle school, they definitely weren't like whatever was up with them. They weren't doing what they needed to do for like a couple years there. So I eventually got new ones. What do we need here? Do we even have a cascade? I'll take that for now. I would like full mana, please. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Because once we kill out this boss, we'll probably call it a wrap for now. Though we will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, as we do every night. Hey, Glory, and end out with nice. Hopefully it'll be 1,000 Glory or an Epic Valky or something. But yeah, tomorrow we have the class event for Bard. Bard's pretty much not used in the current state of the game. Its weapon's also kind of bad. It's a pretty underwhelming hero class in almost every single way, shape, or form. It does have one gimmick going for it, and that's that it can be used in Wild Folk. Oh, come on, teams. We got literally the lowest possible roll. At least give us a good high chest roll, like a Anu with double Nisha, or none of that. Hey, we got double Rainia, though. I'll take that. That's almost a Anu. That is 2/3 of an Anu. It's close. Let's see. The dev live stream is pretty sure on repeat from yesterday. Maybe it's on loop. The stream on Puzzle Quest 3. Is it? Are you looking at the one on Steam or somewhere else? Or is it literally on Twitch? Because the one on Steam, I'm not sure what is up with that program on Steam, but anytime you ever see something live on Steam, that is not an actual live stream. I'm not sure what it is, but whatever it is not an actual live stream. I have no clue why on earth it's set up that way on Steam. I'm honestly not even sure what the functionality is. But anytime you ever see that, it's not actually live. It's like a pre-recorded video thing. And it's a feature I don't really understand because it literally says live and everything, but it's never live, like on any game ever. It's a very confusing feature that I, to this day, still don't understand that Steam has attached to it because it doesn't make any sense, like anything about it. So I'm still confused. I've never understood that. I should probably look it up one day, what on earth that actually means. Because every single place I've ever seen it on every game, is never actually live. It's just a pre-recorded thing that they put there by the developers of the game. I've seen it for quite a few other games as well. The most recent one being Fall Guys has it normally when they do like a new patch to kind of get everything hyped for when people like look at the page and everything, to have like a nice stream for whatever the holiday event is, or you know, whatever new patch or anything. But yeah, I don't understand that feature because it literally says live, has like a live chat. Yeah, it's just a pre-recorded thing every time. It's weird. Anyways, guys, I hope you had a wonderful birthday nightmare. Everyone else, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Well, everyone as well, including Nightmare, obviously. But we'll be back tomorrow night, as I mentioned, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. And for any of you that want to catch the end of Puzzle Quest 3 storyline, we will be doing that probably around 2 or 3. I have a few things I need to do earlier in the morning. Probably aiming for about a 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 hours prior to now tomorrow. And we'll mostly be finishing out the storyline, the last 3 chapters, chapter 13, 14, and 15, which means over the last 3 days we would have streamed the entirety of the storyline from start to finish, reading every single dialogue word the entire time. So yeah, we'll be finishing that. And if any of you just want to watch the full thing, it just goes from there to there. You might have to skip a little bit because I think occasionally, like I know today we didn't end up really going out of our way to do anything weird, or you know, like farming or anything, but or grinding something. But today was pretty much just consecutively just storyline. And tomorrow we'll be doing the same thing. The first video that we did, or the first stream of it, we did a mix of stuff. So you might have to skip around if you're looking just to listen to the whole storyline. But today was pretty much just storyline. And tomorrow is also going to be pretty much just storyline. Not really doing any kind of grinding or other modes in between. Just finishing out the reading for the storyline. So if you want to catch the end of that, I'll be doing that. Or if you want to catch it all later at some point, it's up on the channel, of course. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoy your week, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.